Story time of how my mom passed out while driving on the highway. A little backstory, me and my siblings were in Oklahoma visiting my cousins and our grandparents, and they live Oklahoma City area, and we live in Kansas. So my mom was driving halfway and my grandpa was driving halfway, and we were going to switch. So after the fun week with my cousins, my grandpa drove up halfway and met my mom, and we got in the car with my mom. It's kind of funny because me and my brother got in an argument of who was going to sit in the passenger seat, and I won. So it was my mom and then me in the passenger seat and then all of my siblings in the back. Everything was fine for a little bit until my mom said she was starting to feel a little queasy. She asked me to reach behind her and grab a Walmart sack for her to throw open, so I reached back. The second I turned my head back to the front of the car, we were switching lanes. At first, I thought we were doing this on purpose, like mom was just switching lanes, and then I saw her head bobbing. Her head was literally bobbing up and down, hitting the steering wheel and honking every time it hit the steering wheel. First thought was not that she passed out. I seriously thought she was like dead or something, which is really gruesome, but like she was completely limp. Like her arms fell, her head fell, and she just didn't look alive. Mind you, we were on a road trip, so it was a miracle that I wasn't listening to something through headphones or like asleep, because I tend to sleep on every road trip. Like the fact that I was awake was just crazy. Back to the beginning of the story, I was the one in the passenger seat, so I had to take the wheel, and it was like a split-second decision. I didn't know what to do, but I just took the wheel and I swerved. I drove on the road for a second and then realized this was a bad idea because we were coming up on a bridge. The last minute, I swerved off the road and into a ditch. So another very important part to this story is that we were on the highway going 75 miles an hour, so everything happened so fast. So my brother was sitting right behind my mom, and he had noise-canceling headphones in, so did the rest of the people in the car. So I just yelled, and then they all finally realized what was happening. My brother was in the passenger seat, so he's the one that held my mom's head back so it wouldn't keep bobbing on the steering wheel. When we swerved into the ditch, we went up a hill and then fell back down a hill, and the car stopped. The car was on cruise control, so still to this day, I don't know how it stopped. I'm running out of time. Go to part 2.